Alright, so we're going to go over the order of operations. This is not new, but it is a really hard concept. So this is here and it's off on the side of your screen there to help you remember that the order of operations, we're doing these, this tells us the order that we need to do the different things that we see in a problem. If we have addition and multiplication in the problem, which one do we have to handle first? If we have a parentheses, but then we also have something that is raised to an exponent, which one do we do first? So the order of operations tells us that we always start with whatever is inside any grouping symbols, which most commonly is going to be parentheses. But we kind of switch over to calling them grouping symbols and not only parentheses because as you get into algebra, you might have to simplify something that's underneath a square root sign or something that's in a numerator or denominator before you actually divide the two things. So grouping symbols means anything in a problem that tells you that those numbers are grouped together, like parentheses. So for the assignments you're going to see today and tomorrow, grouping symbols are going to be parentheses only. E stands for exponents. So after you've simplified everything that's in those parentheses or other grouping symbols, next you're going to want to take care of any exponents. You're going to want to simplify anything that has an exponent and get the exponents out of there. After you've done that, then you can work on anything that has multiplication and division. Now, multiplication and division, neither one of those ranks higher than the other. So when you see multiplication and division in a problem, you always just work through the problem from left to right. That's what that L to R. Left to right, just like you would read on a page, doing whichever one comes first. So in some problems, you might come to multiplication first, so you would do multiplication first. In other problems, you might actually have a division problem first, so you would do the division before you moved on. Maybe it was division, then multiplication. So you'd want to do division, then multiplication. The A and the S stand for addition and subtraction, and that works just like the multiplication and division. Neither one of those mathematical operations is ranked in any higher order than the other one. You just do them as you come to them from left to right in the problem. So again, this is right off to the side on your slide, and it's there for you to reference, but let's do some examples. So in parentheses, I have 9 times 9 plus 19 divided by 10. So the order of operations tells me that I have to simplify what's inside the parentheses before I can do anything else. Even within the parentheses, though, I have both multiplication and a division. I'm sorry, not division, addition inside the parentheses. So the order of operations tells me that multiplication and division, or in this case just multiplication, always comes before addition. So I want to multiply 9 times 9 first. So 9 times 9 is 81. So these are the only two numbers I've used so far. So that's the only thing that's going to change. The rest of the problem is still the same. Multiplied 9 times 9, got 81. The 19 and the 10, I haven't done anything with those, so they remain the same. I still need to simplify what's inside the parentheses before I do anything else. So I need to figure out what 81 plus 19 is. Well, 81 plus 19 is 100. So I have now done everything that's inside that parentheses. I no longer have any parentheses. I haven't touched the divide by 10, so that's still in my problem. But now I can get to it. It's actually the only operation I have left. So now I can do 100 divided by 10, which is 10. So the answer to this big long problem was just 10. Right? Here's another order of operations problem. If I look at it, I see that I have addition, division, multiplication, and more addition. So I don't just start on the left and work across. The order of operations tells me that I need to do multiplication and division from left to right before I can do any addition or subtraction. So I actually need to take care of these two operations before I do anything with the adding. So I start on the left and I do whichever one I come to first between multiplication and division. So in this problem, I actually come to division first. So that's going to be the first thing I do. 6 divided by 3 is 2. I haven't done anything with the 4. I haven't done anything with that 4. And I haven't done anything with the 5. So all of those numbers stay in there with the same operations in front of them. Right, so now I have only multiplication and addition, and the order of operations tells me that I need to take care of this multiplication before I can add anything. So 2 times 4 is 8. Haven't done anything with that 5, haven't done anything with that 4. So I just write them down the way they are. Now I have only addition left, and I'm just gonna move from left to right in the problem, adding things together as I come to it. So 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. So 17 would be my answer. Now, I'll say when you're doing your assignment, you're going to type this answer into the box, and if it turns colors, then you've done it correctly. If it does not change colors, then you need to go back and you need to try the problem again. Check your work, see if maybe you just made an obvious error, and if you can't catch it, maybe start all over again. But if you get the correct answer, just type the number in the box and it should change colors. Now I'm going to change this problem just a little bit because I want to show you at least one problem that has exponents. So let's make this, I'm going to throw 2 exponents in there just for fun. So I changed a couple of the numbers around. I have 4 squared plus 18 divided by 3 squared times 4. So that's my new problem. Now I have no grouping symbols, there's no parentheses or anything like that. So the next thing in the order of operations is exponents, and I do have exponents in this problem. So I need to simplify those before I do anything else. So 4 squared, that means 4 times 4, so that's 16. I didn't do anything with the 18. Now I come to this 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9, so I'm going to go ahead and simplify that into 9. Now I keep following the order of operations, which tells me that multiplication and division come first. So I'm going to multiply and divide as I come to them from left to right. So I'm first going to do 18 divided by 9 because I come to the division before I come to the multiplication. So 18 divided by 9 is 2. Everything else stays the same. Now I do the multiplication first because it's a higher order than addition. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now I can finally do that addition. 16 plus 8 is 24. So my answer on this one is 24. So that's what I would type in the box, and that's the right answer. So my box would change colors. I would know I got it right, and I can move on to the next problem.